Hello and welcome to Dash Insights, a show that shines a spotlight on professional market analysis from industry experts and respected leaders in finance and cryptocurrency. On today's episode, I speak with Simon Heinrich, Chief Information Officer and Head of Technology for B2C2, to learn more about the world of market makers for crypto assets and what really happens behind the curtains of an OTC trading desk. B2C2 is a leading cryptocurrency market maker and a leader in electronic OTC trading. They are one of the largest liquidity providers for financial institutions, with clients including banks, hedge funds, asset managers, and brokers. Market makers play an important role in keeping financial markets liquid and help to bridge the gap between traditional finance and cryptocurrency. Let's now talk to Simon to learn more. Thank you, Simon, for joining me today.
Hi, Mark. It's great to be here.
Do B2C2 currently provide liquidity for Dash? If not, do you have any interest in market making for Dash in the future?
So we used to provide liquidity in Dash in 2017 and up until 2018, but the market cap became a little small for us during the bear market, so unfortunately we had to drop it. Most exchanges that we trade on, they impose limits on their APIs, so as a result we can only trade in kind of the biggest coins and the most liquid markets.
So in order for B2C2 to provide liquidity for Dash in the future, Dash would need to rank higher in market cap. Is that correct?
Driven mainly by client demand. Well, it's driven by two things, because there's two sides to our business. One is the on-exchange market making, and the other is servicing OTC clients. So when we see a coin in the kind of top 10 or so that we trade, when it pops in terms of volume traded on CoinMarketCap, for example, yeah, we've got pretty good on CoinMarketCap at realizing what's fake volume and what's not. As we all know, there's quite a lot of that on there. But when we see bona fide volume, that means that there's significant market share of the crypto market. We look at those coins and then we talk to our clients on the OTC side and we see who might be interested in them, the types of clients we deal with, and then we add them when we can also handle the settlement capabilities as well.
Can you explain what market making would be like if you were to support Dash again? I want to understand the process of how B2C2 operates as a market maker.
Sure. So for us, trading Dash, market making Dash is the same as any other currency, to be honest. We are first and foremost a trading company as opposed to a blockchain company. And whether it's Dash or ETH or Bitcoin or whatever doesn't make a great deal of difference to us, to be honest. We make markets in those coins against other crypto assets and also against fiat currencies. And we do that by connecting to upwards of over 20 exchanges, and we do price discovery. So we read the market data from those exchanges to figure out where all of these instruments are trading, and we also compare that to FX rates, traditional fiat FX rates. And by doing that, we can continuously 24/7 compute a fair value for each of these different instruments, and based on that we can put a buy and a sell, a bid and an ask around those that fair price, and we can send those back to the exchanges, and in that way we're providing liquidity onto the exchanges. It also means we take advantage of arbitrages when they develop, and we keep exchanges kind of in sync with each other, and then we also are a liquidity provider on the OTC side, which is a similar model based around that fair value. We show customized price streams to our OTC clients.
How has the market maker industry changed over the last 12 months? Have things got more easier or difficult for liquidity providers?
It's a constant race, to be honest. It's always becoming more competitive, and that's the same in traditional finance, in traditional asset classes as well. And market making is largely a winner takes all game. Certainly it's winner takes 95% or so of the gains. Regularly we've seen other market making firms kind of abandon market making as the industry moves on, and the technological investment required just continuously increases. A lot of people ditch it and then move towards kind of higher margin business, asset management, options, lending, that kind of thing. But we're certainly in it for the long haul.
How much trading volume do you do on a daily basis? I've heard that your trading volume is larger than some exchanges.
Yes, so on the side of the business where we face exchanges, it ranges from a few $100 million a day to $1 billion a day on average. That's certainly in the same ballpark as the biggest market makers in the crypto arena who broadcast their numbers. So we're on a par with those. And we've been around for a significant period of time as well. The company was formed in 2015, so we've been doing this a long time. And the genesis of the company was several years before that.
Do you only focus on exchange order books, or do you have specialized software that allows you to track OTC markets?
We're right in the center of the OTC markets. We believe we're the biggest OTC liquidity provider in the world. OTC by its nature, it's not an exchange, it's not disclosed. But from what we hear from our clients, we certainly believe we're the biggest. So it's not really a case of tracking it. We in a lot of ways are the OTC market, quite frankly. We're also a principal OTC desks, which means we take principal risk. So we are party to every single trade we do. So if we trade on exchange or with clients, we are part of that trade, as opposed to being on an agency basis, where we might pass through those trades. So most agency desks would trade with a principal desk such as ourselves as well. So we see a great deal of that flow coming through to us. So yes, I mean, we certainly track it. We know where those markets are, and we become the reference price in a lot of places. Our clients love our pricing so much. I think the reason we're so successful is because the pricing is very accurate. It's very stable. There was the big volatility incidents around the 12th and 13th of last month, and the B2C2 platform stayed up the entire time, offering tighter prices than you can actually get on a lot of the biggest spot exchanges.
Is OTC trading volume larger or smaller than exchange volume?
So despite of what some people say, it's certainly smaller on OTC. That's in a large part due to the very big derivative exchanges, especially the ones in Asia. Their volumes are multiple times larger than the OTC market.
Did B2C2 have increased demand for crypto assets from institutional money after the Federal Reserve announced its recent stimulus package?
It's a good question. It's a hard one. It's very hard to discern the increase in volatility, whether that's due to the incidents around coronavirus and the economic climate in general, as opposed to just the specific stimulus. To be honest, I think it's too early to tell. We will see how it plays out. I think in 6 months' time, I think that would certainly be a much clearer answer.
It seems like institutional investors have a distinct advantage over retail investors, as OTC liquidity providers can offer more access to crypto assets with lower costs and higher volume. Is that fair to say?
So people like us OTC desks don't tend to face, I should say principal OTC desks don't tend to face retail. We're just not set up to do so. We have an FCA regulated entity and institutions like that, and they can face that, or they can face our entities in the US or Japan. But we have a very high standard of onboarding to clients. So clients must pass our KYC and AML restrictions to get on board. And therefore we face, of the order of hundreds of clients, as opposed to a retail reach of an exchange where they're facing hundreds of thousands. So you can't really compare the two. But for an institutional client, why would they face B2C2? Well, generally they can find tighter prices from us than they can find on exchange. And those prices will be more stable as well. Also, the market impact when they trade is far less. So if you put a very large order to buy or sell on a public exchange, that's there on the order book, everyone will see it and you'll move the market. Whereas if you trade with us, we take that risk on our books and we will slowly disseminate that into the market as we see fit. But however we do that is not your problem, because you've traded against us and you're done.
Thank you for taking the time to talk with me today, Simon.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
I hope you have enjoyed the interview today with Simon Heinrich from B2C2. For more market insights and analysis from leading industry professionals in finance and cryptocurrency, make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell to be alerted about future video content. Until next time, take care.